Hello, Tim Gavel here with the Region Media Sports Report for the week, and we have been looking at how sports have survived COVID and how they're future planning for the future. Alongside me is Andrew Clark. He's the CEO of the Canberra Racing Club. We're out here at Thoroughbred Park. They've got major plans to have 3,200 dwellings just around the perimeter of the racetrack, and I guess it is part of the major development that's going on at Epic, Ioane, and right across the board out here at Mitchell. Andrew, just how close are we to getting this finalised? Because we're about to head into the second round of community consultation.
So that consultation takes place in May, and then we'll look to submit our territory plan variation by the end of this financial year. When
you say territory variation, obviously you've got to change it to having residential, haven't you?
Yes, absolutely. We're currently permitted to run a racing club, and we want to make better use of our underutilised land here at Thoroughbred Park to make a better commitment to the community.
Has there been opposition to it so far?
Generally, everyone's been supportive of the plan. As I said, it's basically for four different reasons we're undergoing this, and that's to support our long-term future, but also to put money back into our facilities. It's been quite a long time since we've been able to inject funds into our facilities. But of course, there's also equine welfare. Once again, the stables were built in the early 60s when we moved here, so modern equine practices have come a long way. So we want to improve the facilities for the horses. And finally, of course, we want to create a vibrant precinct here at Thoroughbred Park that makes advantage of all those other developments that you spoke about.
So just having a look around here, we're looking at over there. You've got the training facilities over there. You want to move them into the middle, and you're looking in that area around there to put housing. 3,200, a lot of houses, isn't it?
It is a lot of houses. It's almost a new suburb of Canberra, and there's a lot of work that's going into it. But once again, there's massive amounts of underutilised lands. We're following plans that have been done in Brisbane at Eagle Farm, whereby they've got their stabling in the middle. That portion there alone is a significant space here at Thoroughbred Park.
Okay, how long do you expect it to take to get things up and running? When would you like to see some form of development taking place out here?
So we're currently slated to commence in early 2024 with construction. But overall, it's a 12 to 15 year development, so it's a long-term commitment by the club that we're looking to invest into our future.
And just as a final question, you have been able to continue racing during COVID. The race club itself seems to be on a fair financial footing at the moment?
Absolutely. We're trying to be innovative and look forward. We've been very lucky in that we've raced the entire duration of COVID. A large portion of those were patron free, and obviously some of the crowds weren't what we would have hoped for when we did return to patrons. But once again, the industry has been able to continue, and we've been able to support the 400 individuals and the $50-odd million in economic activity that we contribute to the ACT economy.
Good on you, Andrew. Thanks very much for that.
Thanks,
and yes, the second round of consultation about to take place.
Yes, that's kicking off in May. So look out, and we welcome everyone's feedback.
Good on you. Thanks very much for that, Andrew.
Thanks, Tim.
That's Andrew Clark, the CEO of the Canberra Race Club. Back with more in just a moment.
This week's Sports Wrap proudly brought to you by Rubik 3.
Hello, Tim Gavel. Welcome back to the Region Media Sports Report. Thursday night, the Canberra Raiders in action against South Sydney at Canberra Stadium. This is a massive game for the Raiders after 3 losses in a row against the in-form South Sydney, who've won 6 in a row. And the Raiders, they went down to North Queensland on Saturday night in a disappointing performance. They led by 18 points, the Raiders, and then capitulated in the second half. A couple of controversial decisions, but the Raiders, their own worst enemy at times, and no doubt Ricky Stewart has read the riot act through the week in the lead up to this very important game Thursday night at Canberra Stadium. The Brumbies in action against the Western Force Saturday night in the Super Rugby AU qualifying final. The winner will take on the Queensland Reds the following week at Lang Park in the Super Rugby AU final. And then the Brumbies, of course, head across the ditch. They play the Crusaders the following week. The likelihood is that the Western Force, because of COVID restrictions in Perth, will base themselves at Viking Park this week in the lead up to the final. Now, the Brumbies have had a couple of wins over the Western Force this season, but the Western Force, a very good side as they've proven so far this year. So that's the Super Rugby AU qualifying final, Saturday night at Canberra Stadium. Now, in another sport, there is a new ownership structure at the Canberra Cavalry. Michael Rozier broke the world record in the T46 Paralympic qualifying run. That, of course, was on the weekend in Sydney. He ran the marathon in a very good time, but the interesting thing was that the pacemaker, Jared Clifford, wasn't expected to finish the race. He ended up completing the run, and he also broke the world record in the T12 class for vision impaired athletes. So a great performance from two Canberra athletes over the weekend. This is Tim Gavel signing off for the Region Media Group.